Hey everybody, and welcome to the Don't Be Mad podcast. We are back for the first time in 2020. Had a little extended break, because the studio wasn't available, but hey, we gotta take a little bit more of a breather and enjoy ourselves for another Tuesday to ourselves. I'm your boy Matthew, aka Lefty Lucky, and I'm joined here as always with
Jason. What's up?
And as you can see, Jason is sitting in Jamali's customary spot. Jamali couldn't be with us at the moment. He has a few things going on, and respectable. We allow him to take care of his business because a man's got to do what a man's got to do.
It's all right. This spot is comfy. That's why it takes all the time.
I was real close to him, but I was like, I miss my squeaky rocking chair. It's been too long, right, buddy? No. So let's kick off the new year we ended the old one.
New Year and 100th episode too.
That's true.
100 episodes.
Imagine that. We've done this 100 times.
Hey, that's good. Can't complain.
Goodness.
That's a good thing.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah.
Let's not get Savi at first. Let's lead our way into Savi. How was your holidays?
Holidays was good, man. I can't complain. Didn't really do too much. Nothing really happened. Had family over for like New Year's and all that kind of stuff. Christmas was good. All in all, can't complain. Just, try to relax as much as possible. Still looking for a place. So all that put together. So
cool,
so
man.
Much shit.
Yeah, no, pretty much the same on my side too. It was a lot of family, a lot of either family parties and get-togethers or friend parties and get-togethers. I was real slacky and sloppy with my eating and drinking for like a good solid 2 weeks. So I was like, fuck it.
It's a time to indulge.
It's like if there's ever going to be a time where I could just feel like have that perfect excuse of I went to the gym twice in 2 weeks because, family and friends.
No, it's the time to indulge.
Advantage.
Yeah, you got to do it. But after you just got to, get back on track and then you'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. Dude, like the last week, I've just been back to my at bare minimum 4 times in the week in the gym, just getting that cardio back, lifting those weights. I'm actually going tomorrow with our boy Youssef. First time I'm actually going to go to the gym with somebody and see how it goes.
Which gym?
I go to Energy Cardio. I don't want to give him a free press or anything.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I go there. We're going to go together because he wants to try to do some personal records. I was like, shit, I'll go for some personal records myself, man. Let's do it.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. It's going to be a good time. Cool. It's going to be a good time. I'm just trying to get that summer body by spring. You know what I'm saying?
Work hard, man.
Exactly,
it's go to the gym.
Let's get it early.
5 to 7 days a week and you can do it, but it's dedication and everything like that.
That's essentially what I'm doing, man.
Yeah.
Dedicated.
Yeah, when I move out, when I get everything settled out when I move, then I'll be really dedicated to the gym because I have more time to do it. Right now, I just haven't had time because, I'm looking for a place.
Focus on the move, man.
Looking for a place, so that's the thing.
And I just it's harder to find a place too around the time because there's not as many availabilities because most of the availabilities are going to be known around March, April. And then they're pretty much trying to set up for that, what is it, June 1st or July 1st, whichever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's now it's literally just slim pickings. But, I mean, if you find something, you find something. You don't, keep tracking.
I would prefer doing it now because, I don't want to have to deal with the hassle of June, July, and everything like that. That's why I don't mind. It's not super, super cold for me not to say, okay, it's too cold to move. But in the summertime, it's too hot.
Try to avoid February, man. We know it's going to dip.
Yeah, it's going to get real cold.
We know it's going to dip in February. If by February you haven't found it, I would just say hold off till March.
Might have to do that, unfortunately, but we'll see how it goes.
So, the world almost went to war.
World War III.
We're all trying to enjoy our holidays, have our eggnog with rum, and next thing you know, we hear about U.S. Embassy getting attacked, and a second in command getting blown to bits, literally.
Well, listen, I don't know what the hell's going on with the world, but all I know is I'm going to try to find the deepest bunker in Montreal. Set up shop.
And that's the crazy thing, because when all this shit was happening, I was just like, you know what? It's Iran. Yeah, I know they're opposing their power and pretty much just flexing their muscles, but the US can handle that. They got bases all around. And then when those airstrikes happened on the bases and they were saying how there was Canadians stationed at some of those bases, and then the airplane got shot down and they're there were Canadians in the airplane. I was like, son of a bitch. We're gonna get dragged into this, aren't we? Like, what
World War
the fuck
III.
is going on, man?
No one wants to know that. I'm like it's amazing. The majority of our lives, like you could say, when like September 11th, essentially, is when like we've since that time to now, we haven't known anything but war. There hasn't been like a moment of peace.
It's ridiculous, man.
There hasn't been like a moment of peace in like God knows how long. I don't think there ever will be until like.
And the worst part is like it
comes out.
started with like an understandable retaliation with what happened with the World Trade Center. It's like you get attacked on home soil, like you got to do something about it. You can't just let that shit slide. But then it's like it goes from Afghanistan to Iraq to like Iran to like the neighboring countries, like even Pakistan, like these proxy wars. It's like there's just one thing after another, one excuse after another to just keep wars going on. And I mean, when Trump came in, his biggest thing was like about just getting the troops home. And the second he was like about to like put that executive order bill that's just like, all right, guys, pack your shit up and get the fuck out. You had people like both liberals and Republicans being like, whoa, we can't do that. And we all know exactly why they were freaking out about it. Cash. And now you see it's like it's led to more of this shit. It's just guaranteed it's going to lead into like another 2 to 3 years. He's going to use this as a way to like keep him in office because it's like, hey, we started this. We got to finish what we started type of thing. It's similar to what happened with Obama when he was about to like go into his second term. And chances are this is going to end up putting him in for another 4.
I don't think it'll put him for another 4. I essentially think he's cooked. I don't think he's. I think if he doesn't get impeached, he's going to get voted out. I think people have had enough of it.
Technically, he is impeached.
Well, he's impeached, but he's not.
He's not going to get taken out of office.
Not taken out of office.
Yeah.
But if he's not, I mean, people will vote him out. I think people had enough of him. It's like to the point where it's like, come on.
Well, you know what? I thought that way too when he was going in the first time, and the way everybody just kind of looked at like, yeah, he's doing it because he just wants to show he can do it. But then when it became a reality, like, no, he's actually the nominee and everything, it was like, how long were we sitting there like, but he's not going to win. He's not going to win. He's not. And looking at this whole situation now, I can see him winning again.
I said before he got elected, it needs to get worse before it gets better. The U.S. needs to get worse before it's getting better. Like we thought Bush was the bar. And we saw how low the bar can go. You remember that South Park episode where James Cameron had to go to the depths of the ocean to raise the bar? Yeah. That's how deep they're gonna have to go to raise the bar.
Literally, it's like, I don't know, man. I'm just looking at it as unbiased as I can and just seeing what is really going on in front of me, where you have a lot of things that are moving in a way where, yeah, people could complain. They can say they don't like his character, things of that nature, but him being in office hasn't really ruined the U.S. economy or hurt the U.S. standing outside of like the typical conflicts that we have seen as far as race is concerned, but now it was a bit more blatant. And honestly, as painful as it is to say it, that's not enough for people to vote against it.
I think the people who are going to vote against him are the direct people who said, "Oh, we're going to get your jobs back." Like in the U.S. right now, the job growth being built right now is newer jobs, like brand newer jobs, not the coal jobs or the manufacturing jobs,
the ones that got him,
or the jobs that essentially got him into the office that he wanted to. That's not. Those are the people that's going to vote against him. And I'm like,
I hope he doesn't win.
First of all, I'm like, I don't understand how you could believe someone who has gold-plated toilets and think they can relate to you on a personal level. It doesn't
it makes absolutely
translate.
no sense.
This is why I said like the guy Bloomberg. I don't think he's going to be worth shit because this dude is the 5th richest person in the world.
I didn't even know he was running until I was literally watching the college football game last night and a commercial came up.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, when the hell did this happen?
Bloomberg is 5th or 6th richest. I can't remember what richest he is anymore. But
I know he's up there, but it's just like,
and he was a Republican for most of his life. I'm like, so it's that easy to switch and just say, "Oh, I'm running against it." That's like, no. People don't want billionaires and all that stuff anymore. Just excuse me. That's why I said you get Joe Biden there. Bernie Sanders is too old. He's going to die in office.
Joe Biden can't know that he's just as senile. No, come on, man. The way he's up there sometimes and the things he's talking about, like he's so clueless. He is so like he's literally had such terrible racial undertones in so many of his speeches. It's unbelievable. So many sexual undertones. It's just like, dude, do you hear yourself? making clear mistakes on things. Like,
Yeah, but
you can't have Biden in there, man.
Because I would have him there just as a fact because he was a good vice president for what he was, and because he didn't have a heart attack during the presidential. Bernie Sanders had a heart attack. He's prone to death.
And as sad as that is, I would still rather see him up there, man.
He's prone to death.
I would still rather see Bernie up there over Joe Biden, who's next, like the second he gets in, he's just going to be rubbing shoulders of every female that he sees. Fuck. Goddamn creep. Anyways, fuck that shit. We didn't go to war. Hopefully we don't go to war. Keep Canada out of it. Let's leave it at that. I hope. I pray.
Yeah.
Anything you want to jump on, or should we jump into some football?
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit of football. Just one thing. Tyler, can you just buzz the door up?
Yeah.
Thanks. I don't know who you're stuck on or whatever. No, we can talk.
Lock your girlfriend outside?
Yeah, no, she's outside. Yeah. No. Yeah, we can talk football. So right now, everyone, I assume, is watching at the playoffs.
I would hope so, man.
So I said before the season started too, I think Green Bay is going to win the Super Bowl, and it seems like Aaron Rodgers.
You know what?
Aaron Rodgers showed up.
I've been openly supporting all the strong black men in football. I was really hoping to see the Ravens make it just because of all the haters of Lamar Jackson, and it's unfortunate that he could go out there and amass about 500 yards of offense on his own. Mm-hmm. And still come away with a lot just because of bad mistakes, he's
gonna win the MVP though.
That's the regular season. That's pretty much a lock. But it's it sucks to see that's how he gets taken out. And then you have these people using that one game as oh, this is why you should have passed on.
It's one game.
You had a whole season of this guy tearing people apart.
Any as you can see what happened with the Patriots against the Titans.
Yeah.
Any team could beat any team in the NFL. I don't care if you're 0-16. You put the 0-16 Lions in one playoff game, they can get lucky that one game and win.
Yeah.
You don't, because these are grown men too, so you never know who's going to win.
And look, you got to tip your hat to Derrick Henry, who I think they were saying he's the only player to amass 180 plus yards in 3 straight games. And that within itself just lets you know how incredibly important he is to that Titans offense. And since Ryan Tannehill took over that offense, they've been one of the top scoring offenses in the league. Mm-hmm. Obviously, mostly because of what Derrick Henry's been doing as far as he reminds me of Marshawn Lynch when he was a bit younger, that just beast mode. It's like beast mode 2.0, but we got to give Derrick Henry his own name. Yeah. Cuz to me watching him just burst through the lines and just hit that second phase, insane, man.
Yeah, that was Titans are doing good stuff this season. Like I said, Green Bay's doing crazy stuff this season.
Yeah.
It's that's them versus San Francisco is gonna be a good game.
Oh, it's gonna be beautiful.
I think Green Bay's still gonna win.
Yeah,
but I still want to see that. That'll be a good
game. I'm pulling for San Fran in that one. Because I honestly looked at the game with the Seahawks versus Green Bay, and the one thing that people probably didn't know is Russell's never won in Lambeau. Every single time they've gone,
man.
It's been a loss. And I pretty much just look at Aaron Rodgers. It's one of those things where they've essentially been a sleeping giant. They were 13-3, but the quietest 13-3 we've ever seen from that Green Bay team.
New coach and everything too. Yeah. So that's the thing.
Aaron Jones has been the one who's really been spearheading that offense. Aaron Rodgers' numbers went down a bit, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's still Aaron Rodgers.
Down year, he had 3 or 4 interceptions. That's a down year for him.
But that's what I mean, numbers wise, and that's the crazy thing. It's numbers wise. What I think they were saying he had 14 touchdowns, and then the 3 interceptions. So it's a guy who's used to getting 20.
No, I think he had 20 something touchdowns.
Did he?
I think he has 20 something touchdowns. But I think his accuracy wasn't as accurate.
Exactly.
As, the season previous.
But either way, it's just I mean, a lot of the numbers we look at down for him, that's a Pro Bowl season for a lot of other people, an all team. So when I look at that, I'm just he's still a sleeping giant. He's still Aaron Rodgers. He can cut you out, especially at home. He can destroy you any time of the week.
It's probably going to be Kansas City versus Green Bay in the Super Bowl. Probably.
Yeah, no, I don't know
what Tennessee's going to do, though.
I'd be shocked if KC doesn't come away with that. But at the same time, it's what we've seen Tennessee do as far as just running it down people's throats.
I'm not going to say Kansas City got lucky, but if the Texans had a better coach,
Oh yeah,
it would have been over.
it's all coaching. Like I'm sorry, you
they had a better
can't.
coach, it'd be
What was
over.
it? Was it 21-0 or 24-0?
21-0.
And have a team like you do that in the first quarter. Now in the second quarter, you're playing prevent defense, and you're making some of the worst calls I've ever seen to allow the Kansas City Chiefs to literally just come back in this game. They got what 28 points in 6 minutes.
Bill O'Brien should be fired.
Like,
That's what
how
I'm
do you
saying.
allow
He
that to
should be
happen?
Fired right
You
away.
go into the second quarter up, and then you go into the half, like go into the second half down. Like it makes absolutely no sense. Absolutely no
He
sense.
should be fired. He should be fired right away. But who knows what's going to happen there? You know how the NFL is. Oh yes, the Giants. I have to talk about them because I always laugh. I always laugh at the New York Giants expense.
Oh,
Jamali's not here. It's like they got who did they get? The quarterback.
well, they
coach?
got rid of Pat Shermer, who's now our offensive coordinator. Which
Oh jeez.
I mean,
From bad to worse?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You guys are never making
Like,
the play.
I was perfectly fine with firing the offensive coordinator because I felt like we needed somebody who could work with a young talent like Drew Lock. But to bring in a guy who only really unlocked Daniel Jones for like 3 out of the weeks that he played, I'm worried about that, you know? And it's like you also had a better running back over there in Saquon Barkley, who you damn near destroyed running him into the ground.
Running
Like,
him to the ground for nothing. And
I
now
don't know, man. I don't know.
Now the Giants have some unknown coach. I have no idea who he is. It looks like another losing season for that team.
Yeah, no. Who'd they end up picking up?
Judge.
Yeah, Joe Judge, the
Judge,
special teams coach or
the
whatever.
special team
for
or
the
quarterback.
Patriots.
I don't
Come
even
on,
know.
man.
Quarterback coach for the Patriots.
And like the crazy thing about it is like, okay, you have Dallas who pick up McCaffrey and McCarthy, sorry.
McCarthy.
And
Yeah, that wasn't
like,
that wasn't a good one either. But
I
he's
looked at that. I'm
still a
thinking,
coach.
I'm looking at like you have a team in Dallas who, right now, defensively they're good. They could still use a bit of improvement, but I mean like, that's in any situation. But you really want that offense to like become a lock,
The offense
and you
is
have
good. The
Marvin
offense is good.
Lewis sitting there.
Uh,
But no, say what you want.
no,
Marvin Lewis, because like I think people forget when Marvin Lewis got Andy Dalton, he was able to really make him like MVP caliber.
Yeah,
the
but-
biggest problem Marvin Lewis had was that he was allowing that defensive side of the team when he was a head coach to just run amok.
Yeah, but 16 years and no playoff wins. I'm like, no. You got to.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I look at it as if anything, you already have the guys there because the one thing that Dallas organization does, like they don't allow their head coaches to pick their assistants. So it's like you already have the assistants all set up. You just need him to come in and be an offensive minded guy who's not going to sit back on his laurels like Garrett did. Like let him go out there and make big plays. You know he's a guy who's going to make big, like call those big plays.
Jason Garrett's all he's going to do is clap.
Exactly.
Keep clapping and
You know, so it's like to me, I was just like with McCaffrey, the reason I just keep saying McCaffrey.
McCarthy.
When McCarthy got knocked out of Green Bay is because he was literally not making those calls, and like Aaron Rodgers would just change plays on the line because he was just like, you're not calling the right plays.
I don't know. I don't know how Dallas is going to fare, or the Giants, whatever. I think the Giants they'll be even worse somehow. Dallas, yeah, McCarthy's he's a head coach. He proved champion, Super Bowl, whatever. But again, it's still Jerry Jones that's running the show. You need a coach that's going to challenge him. Like you really need
Yeah,
a
but
coach.
he'll never hire anybody that challenges him.
Huh?
He will never, him nor Steven will hire anybody that will challenge him.
You know who would challenge him, and you pay any money to get him. It's two coaches, and they're both for Pittsburgh. Bill Cowher, you get him out of retirement.
Oh, yeah, he's not coming out.
Get him out of retirement, or
He just went into the Hall of Fame.
Or-
He is good.
Mike Tomlin.
But you see, Tomlin, I
Mike
can
Tomlin.
see. But the thing is, like, Bill, no, like he's Hall of Fame. He's done. Like he's out here. Tomlin, if he got an offer, I think he would take it because I think right now, and the one thing about Pittsburgh that I really respect about them, like they will stick by their coaches. Like they're an organization that's like, especially if you give them a win, like you get a Super Bowl with them, they're going to stand by you until it's like really at the point where, all right, we got a fresh look, new change, like everything needs to go like 180 because Tomlin, I believe, was one of the assistants of Bill when he came in. So it's like they kind of like kept it all within the organization when that transition happened.
I'm not sure if it kept it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, if I'm remembering correctly, I mean,
don't know.
listeners, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm quite sure Mike Tomlin was already in that coaching staff, and he just got the promotion essentially, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, that's good. But if he can get that job from Dallas, because that's the way you could challenge Jerry Jones. You got to challenge this dude because he's going to do stuff he wants. Same thing with McCarthy. He's going to tell McCarthy what to do. McCarthy's going to be like, yeah, sure, because he wants to keep that job. But who knows how it goes. But did you see speaking of Pittsburgh Steelers, did you see Antonio Brown?
Oh man! before we get into that, because we'll get into that, I want to give your boy congratulations on going into retirement. Antonio Gates.
Yeah, I saw it said.
Look, I may hate your
I almost
Chargers
cried.
for all the right reasons, but I've always respected a lot of the people that have played on your team. Antonio Gates being one of them. Had a great career. I won't say unfortunately. Maybe unfortunately for you. Never won a chippy. But
he's still going in the Hall of Fame as the greatest tight end.
100%.
The greatest tight end of all time. I don't care what anyone says. Most touchdowns, most yards. That's it. If Drew Brees says it, if Drew Brees says it, then
I'm patting him on the back, but don't get too crazy.
Drew Brees had Jimmy Graham for who knows how many years.
Shannon Sharp, Tony Gonzalez,
not even close.
Antonio Gates.
Not even close. It's not even close. Shannon Sharp is not even in that conversation.
Shannon Sharp, three chippy Shannon Sharp. Yes, he is.
He's not even in that conversation.
3 chippies.
Lucky chippies. That's what he
not even lucky. He was a pivotal part of all those offenses.
Listen, this is what I'm telling you.
But as I was saying, I was patting him on the back.
Tony Gonzalez is the only one I would put close. Antonio Gates was a beast.
Oh, I'm not saying he wasn't.
The greatest of all time.
But not greatest
First
of all
ballot
time.
Hall of Famer. Greatest tight end of all time.
He will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. That I
Everyone say,
agree with.
Gronkowski's gonna be the best. No, Gronkowski was so injury prone. This dude played with a cast
his injury
career.
prone is the reason why he retired as early as he did. But you can't look at Gronkowski and not think he was one of the greats to ever play that position.
Not better than Gates. Not better than Gates.
As far as impact is concerned, I would say yes.
Do you realize at all the Super Bowls that the Patriots won, Gronkowski was injured for every single one of them?
Dude, he was pretty much injured his whole fucking
That's
career.
what I'm saying. So he had no impact on them winning Super Bowls.
Dude, check the stats, bro.
Probably getting to the Super Bowl, but not playing for a Super Bowl.
He has been a pivotal part of everything. Like every season he's been in. Pivotal part.
Listen, what is it? Is this Steven Gostkowski or had more impact than Gronkowski in winning Super Bowls? Or Adam Vinatieri? I can't remember. All these kickers sound the same. I can't remember.
You got to respect Gronk, man.
No, I respect him.
I think there was maybe one, it was either the first or the second one that they won where injury was an issue, but all the others he was there. Big impact. Respect it.
It's like saying
Come on, man.
It's like saying Aaron.
You don't got to shit on anybody to big up your boy.
Yeah, I'm just saying greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Greatest of all time. Hall of Fame. First ballot.
No jewelry, no hardware to back that up.
He's a legend. I think being in the Hall of Fame is more important than winning championships because that is especially if you're in your team's Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's the thing. The Ring of Honor is like a huge thing to be a part of because that shows like your impact for the team that either you play for the longest or just your impact for them to a point where they felt like you deserve to be up there. And I'm pretty sure he's in the Ring of Honor already.
He's probably going to be in it. I think he has to be in it, yeah.
Well, yeah, actually, no. He should be in, a year or two? Because since he's now technically retired, I think they can actually throw him up whenever they want. Yeah.
They can do whatever they want. So he's probably going to be in it.
Yeah, so he should be in the Ring of Honor. Like, they'll probably announce it when the season's done, if anything. Yeah. And then, Hall of Fame is 5 years or something like that before you could become eligible? 5 years. So is that.
I don't know why it took Jimmy Johnson that long to be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, look. You want to know what's fucked up about that? Jimmy Johnson makes it to the Hall of Fame, but he's not even in the Dallas Cowboys Ring of Honor.
Because Jerry Jones doesn't like him. That's all reason.
Are you kidding?
Because
back-to-back championship and he's not in the Ring of Honor.
It's not even back-to-back. It's 3 championships. Forget that season where he got fired.
But I'm saying he's got like a back-to-back championship with you guys and you don't have him in the Ring of Honor like that. But the Hall of Fame recognizes him before your own team does. That's ridiculous. Whatever. Man.
He's in the Hall of Fame. That's count. One last bit of sport news.
Yeah, Antonio Brown.
No, not even that. No, I'll even skip me Antonio Brown for now because Antonio Brown is That's past. No. Yeah.
not
Well, just go.
past.
Okay. Just quick. Antonio Brown had another meltdown with his baby mom trying to steal his car and his kids, and he started cursing on Instagram Live. And
Big CTE energy, man. Like, and the one thing is like when the
I've been
antics
saying
were
that.
when the antics were happening with the Raiders and with the Patriots, I looked at it as like it's just attention seeking. But it's one thing where, and I've said this with like a few of my friends, I'm happy he's putting everything on record. Because we're able to literally see in real time how CTE affects the brain, so that unfortunately when he passes, and hopefully that's a long way down the line, because I do want to see him get help and get better. This will be like documentation of signs to look for, because the way he lashes out at everything, the way he's up and down. When you look at his social media, and it's like 1 minute he's like super positive and trying to show love, and then literally like 2 hours later he's like saying like no white women and like all this random fucking shit. It's like we're seeing in real time the effects of CTE.
Devonta is perfect. After that hit, that Devonta
No,
is perfect
and
hit,
that's the thing.
That's
like,
where it started.
It's
That's,
literally that, and
that's when it started. He
it's
was out for like 4 minutes.
We know like you can't test the brain for CTE until the person's passed away, but we always wanted to know like what are the signs to like look for. And I feel like if there's ever been a case study on what we will find in the brain when a person passes, it's Antonio Brown.
Oh yeah.
Like without a doubt, man. Like you can't be like you're on your property yelling at cops over your baby mother, and like apparently like he was saying she tried to steal a car, like one of his cars, and then but the thing like she said no, she was just going there to get one of their children's like belongings, and she was the one who called like the police over just to like do like a standby so he wouldn't act irrational and violent. So you have him like cursing at the cops, and then like 2 seconds later being like, I love you, Poppy. Get him safe. You know, go in the car with the cars. And it's like these bitch ass cops. It's like, dude, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, the CTA is strong with him, man.
Oh
Strong.
my god, it's like it's ridiculous to see, but at the same time, it's sad to see because it's like, dude, like such like a lot of times we talk about how like people throw away their talent because of like either drug abuse or like breaking the law, things of this nature. Him, it's just like you know it's a mental issue, like you know it, and the fact that it's like there's really nothing we can do about it unless he decides to go out and get help on his own. It's like we just have to watch this train wreck happen.
I hope he gets help.
I hope so too.
Hope he gets all the help he needs, because right now it's not looking good. And hey man, get yourself right first.
Fucking hell,
So I'm
man.
to say, no, but last bit of news. So the Houston Astros are cheaters of the worst kind.
Screwed my Yankees out of a World Series visit.
Screw my Dodgers out of the World
Oh,
Series.
fuck your Dodgers.
We were in the World Series. We were actually in the World Series.
Fuck your Dodgers.
In the World
Yeah,
Series.
and you know what? Yankees for the first time went a whole decade without going to a World Series.
Listen, you guys-
because of the cheating Astros.
You guys 2 times lost against them too. 2 times.
two-time cheaters.
So there you go. 2
We're
times.
supposed to be the evil empire.
Yeah.
Us.
But their coach, their GM is fired.
No, suspended for a year.
No, they're fired too.
Oh,
The team fired them.
Smart.
Team fired them too. Both of them. They're both
Smart.
fired. So they're gone. They probably won't have a job ever again in baseball. Ever again. 'Cause
I don't know if I'll
that's
say ever again, but like they're at least like they are suspended for a year. So
Suspended for a year.
Regardless, they're out
they
for
lose
that
draft
long.
picks. They lose $5
Yeah,
million.
they lose their
team.
first round and second round picks, $5 million, which I mean, $5 million is pretty much nothing to them. But like the
them,
first and
it's nothing.
second round draft picks is huge.
All the drafts picks.
Yeah, like all of them are gone.
They're that's gonna set them back for a long, long time. Because
The only saving grace they have in this is like they still have a very young team.
But you see, that's the problem now is because they said the punishments aren't done yet, because they said if the coaches, if the managers were on it, that means the players were in it too,
Yeah.
because they had to be picking up what was going on.
Yeah.
So to actually execute on
Well,
what was going
chances are, if they have any proof of who was actually doing the banging and things like that, those guys are going to be the ones. So it's like the person who was banging, the person who was yelling. Those people, if they can figure out who they are,
on.
they're going to be
players. You got to
hurt.
suspend some of the players too. It's like, come on.
And it's like this is something that I will commend Major League Baseball for doing, because you have a situation where for a fact like a team cheated, and I'm like, yeah, like if you're able to read someone's signs, read them. Like that's That's part of the game. Like if you're not hiding your signs, if you're making your signs visible and we can read them, we're gonna read them. But when you're like using a TV to call the signs and then like you're banging on a trash can and you're yelling in the dugout, like that's a level where it's like you're making it so blatant that we have to come down on you.
Yeah.
And this level of coming down is like good for you. NFL takes some tips because you find out the Patriots cheated. They're recording using the Kraft Productions, whatever. And what's the punishment?
That shit is so fake.
You know,
Kraft
you have
Production.
to make a punishment severe enough that no other team is going to want to go out and try to even attempt this type of level of cheating.
Yeah.
You know, like when we see what happened to the Astros, no other team is going to be like, all right, we're not doing this. Like we're not even going to.
But NFL is a little bit harsher though, because they said the next time they catch Belichick in something, it's banishment from the league. So that means he's banished from the league, can't come
But
back.
that's what I mean. It's like
that's why he
the
threw
next
Tom Brady.
time. It's like it shouldn't have to be a conversation of we saw this happen now. It's the next time. Like Spygate has happened before.
Yeah.
You know, this is Spygate number 2. You know, you had Deflategate. You've had so many different situations that it's like it's not like this was the first time you've been caught doing an act of cheating, and now we're sending you this. If it happens again, you're banished. This is like strike 3. How is it not an issue?
When you have rich owners of teams, you can get away with a lot. Yeah, you have to show the perception as if the league is doing something. However, Robert Kraft is one of the richest people in the NFL. I guarantee you, if a team like the Colts or Dallas wanted to do something like that, or the Giants, they can get away with it too. But for some odd apparent reason, and I don't know if this is a Boston thing, but it's like it's unfortunately known as a town of cheaters.
It's ridiculous.
So, because the Celtics cheat,
But you know what? And
all their sports team cheats.
The reason it's so ridiculous is because you have this situation now and you leave the door open for if another team gets caught cheating and you try to give them something that's severe, you've already set the precedent of like what's the punishment fit for the crime.
Well, look, the bench,
especially if it's a first, second, or third offense.
The bench coach or whatever, I forget who it was for the Houston Astros, was with the Boston Reds. He's the manager of the Boston Red Sox now.
Yeah.
And they just won the World Series not too long ago.
Not last season, the one before.
Yeah, and they won the World Series that time. Like, so could they have been cheating now?
Possible.
It's possible they could have been cheating. No,
it's possible.
And they were told, yes, because they were told about something about cheating, like in the middle of the season and stuff like that, and they cooled it off. So who knows? Who knows what happened?
All I'm saying is, my Yankees should have made it to a World Series.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Disgusting.
Somehow the Nationals won. It's good for them.
Oh, I was happy to see the Nationals win, man. I was so happy.
I would prefer the Dodgers, but Kershaw is always,
because I was just like,
again.
I'm not cheering for the Astros. Like, if that's the one. Plus, technically speaking, the Nationals are the Expos. So it's like, yeah, one for Montreal.
No, there's no more Expo after that.
Hey, they relocated the team, so technically everything that's happened with that
Tampa
team,
Bay Rays are the Expos.
the root of that team is the Montreal Expos.
The Tampa Bay Rays are the Expos because the former owner was the owner for the Expos at one point. There he goes. That's the Expos now.
They didn't move Montreal to Tampa Bay.
But Tampa Bay is going to start playing here now.
Doesn't matter.
Half and half.
Look, until they get here, they're not here. That's all that matters.
What else is there to talk about? We're not going to make this too much of a long episode.
Yeah. You're gonna watch UFC this weekend?
McGregor versus
the return
Cowboy.
of McGregor with Cowboy Cerrone.
I think McGregor's gonna lose.
You know what? It's a middleweight bout. I look at Cerrone like he's one of the best seasoned vets in the game. He's gonna have a great game plan. I'm very curious to see if ring rust is gonna affect McGregor, because you can do all the training you want, but under the lights, you see it's like that. It's a different vibe. It's a different feeling. And will he be ready for that weight gain that comes with going up a level, since he's used to being in like the lower weight classes? So I'm going to be watching it very attentively just to see how McGregor looks coming back in his return. But at the same time, I expect it to be a great fight.
No.
So excited for it.
I've been watching like only wrestling though.
Yeah.
We went to the live event.
Yeah,
in
saw
Montreal.
that.
It was okay. Sami Zayn came in front of us and stuff. He's hilarious and everything like that. But we saw everyone from SmackDown essentially.
Okay.
Saw Mandy Rose. Just as advertised. Just as advertised. Carmella too. Who else? Seen all the women from SmackDown. It was essentially everyone from SmackDown. Roman Reigns came. Christina went ballistic because he pointed at her when he went on the ropes.
Yeah.
And she was yelling so loud. So he pointed at her and smiled. She went. She was like, the best thing for her. It was like the best thing for her. I'm like, okay, you're happy now. You can go home. You can go home happy. There you go. But no, it was fun. It was actually a lot more fun than when we went to Raw last year before it.
Yeah, when it was at the Bell Center.
When it was at the Bell Center, and it was a lot more fun. It had more time.
Because like the live events, it's like the more intimate venues. Like they're smaller, so when you get like about 10,000
people,
about that people inside there, which is good compared to like Bell Center where you're going to get like a good 30, 40, you know?
Still a bit pricey for all the food and shit there, but
that's why you always eat before you go and keep something in the trunk.
But yeah, no, it was fun time, fun experience. They had the Fiend and everything, Daniel Bryan, The Miz. They had a cage match.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun. It was good.
No, it's dope, man.
And New Day and everything like that.
Because like I've been like slowly getting back into it, you know, and mostly just like I've been jumping on YouTube just to like read up on like how storylines came to be to where they are now, and like the whole Fiend thing, how they were saying it started back in like 2015 when like Bray Wyatt had this series,
the Wyatt family or something like that.
Well, it was that, but he had a specific video called "The Man in the Woods," where he basically like explained the Fiend, but like didn't name him the Fiend, but he was like a guy with like pale white skin, long blonde hair, and pretty much the end of the story is like, yeah, the Man in the Woods is you, and we all know the Fiend is him. So it's like it's a story he's essentially been working on since like 2015, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, he came out as the Fiend. We didn't see him like it was cool though. Good atmosphere to be in. It was I had a good time, and that's essentially all I did for the winter.
No, it was a chill holiday, man. Like nothing too crazy happened, man.
Yeah.
Just enough to like get that recharge going and hit the ground running for 2020. Oh, there was another thing I did. I was for the people who may not have known, I jumped on the First Half podcast with my friends Paul and Riv, you know, and had a nice chat about football or soccer culture in North America and how the game can be expanded and grown across our great country and America as a whole. So that was a great talk. If you haven't checked it out, I suggest you do. It's on all the platforms. It was a good time.
Soccer.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Loved it. It was good. It's good to different atmosphere, different type of conversation, you know, since we don't talk enough.
No, it's good. In here. It's good that you went. Like I saw a little bit where you did it was actually clean and nice. You don't have to walk like me and Jamal go into someone's nasty ass house.
Oh, chill out.
Hey, this is live. This is 2020. I say whatever the fuck I want. And I'm gonna tell the truth. If people mention it, I'm gonna bring up the truth.
How are you still holding on to this?
Huh? Because I could have whatever germs that's only develop in like 5 to 8 years, and then I'm gonna be wondering why the fuck am I sick? And be like, oh, that's the reason. I don't want to have like tuberculosis or something like that. Who knows what I could suffer? Hey, I'm just saying. Nah, but yeah. So let's try to end it up right now because we don't have much. It's gonna be a short episode, everyone, because
we're missing Jamali's. Jamali would have given us an extra optimism, like 10 to 15.
Jamali's optimism?
I would hope so, for once. Bright side of life with a new year on the way.
Yeah, but no, what I guess what people can expect from this year for the
more
podcast. More guests.
Us talking more shit.
More production.
More blatant. More flagrant.
Truth.
More smacking you in the face.
I want to get like the community more involved in terms like of the website thing.
More energy.
Yeah. Maybe an event here and there or two. I guess we'll show up more on other podcasts too if we have the time, and we should have the time to do anyway. So.
This is the year where we're basically going to be spreading our wings, and I mean, like, we don't want to say too much because one thing I was even like talking to a few people about is talking about things less and just doing things and showing people it. Yeah. Like when it came to like the First Half pod, when the idea came up to me for like be a part of it, I was like, all right, I'm not going to tell people till it's a done deal and we're doing it, Because a lot of times you'll have sit downs with people, you have chats with them. And I mean, like I've had chats with people who say they want to come on the pod and, I'll try to like set up a date with them and it's like pulling hairs, like
gotta Got to make a schedule. Like I got to make that kind of Calendly thing. Just put them in. Okay, so you're coming for this.
No,
day?
that's what
Put
I'm
you
doing
in there.
now. Like anybody that I've been talking to, I've been like, look, this is a date that we could do it, and when the
You're
day
booked
comes
for that
close,
day.
we're gonna let you know. So that's pretty much how we're gonna be
Yeah,
hitting the
Akeem.
ground.
Speaking of Akeem, just like message, he's saying that, for the 100, he wanted to be here for the 100 episode. I forgot Akeem was there, but Akeem's schedule is like all over the place. But Akeem,
Hey, we'll have him back on soon, man.
Akeem,
He's like he's an unofficial member of this, man. Like he's helped us a long way. He's done a lot with
he
us.
talks the same shit like us, but on the sidelines.
Yeah, like we love the kid, man, and we're gonna have him on soon.
Yeah, Akeem will be back, and a whole bunch of other people too. But yeah, that's all I got to say. Nothing else.
Same, man. So as always, guys, thank you all for tuning in. And you know how you can reach us on all the socials. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter at Don't Be Mad Pod. We're on Facebook at Don't Be Mad Podcast. It is a brand new year, 2020. If you haven't hit the ground running yet, you are already getting lapped. I promise you.
Share the YouTube page. Share the Spotify, because that helps us a lot too to get the word out. And when you share, it's like, more people hear it. We get more stuff up. We can do more stuff with that.
Exactly.
Get support. We don't want to be like those Instagram hoes and have OnlyFans
and you don't want me to get an OnlyFans. If I have to, I will, but I don't want to, man. I ain't trying to pop nothing.
No.
My summer body's not ready yet.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in. We're gonna see you guys next week.
Take care. Peace.